I hope you enjoyed that. There are few things that celebrate writers, literary works, and creativity more than literary prizes. And one of such prizes is the Etisalat Prize for Literature. It's another season for the prize and another chance for a writer to win it. Let's learn more about this increasingly popular platform for new African writers and what it takes to be a part of it.
I think Etisalat Prize for Literature is trying to promote literature across Africa. And Africa is language and culture, which includes different languages, especially French. So for them to put this book in, I think it's trying to appreciate the fact that it's been translated from French to English and it still holds the meaning.
That was what Chioma Okonkwo had to say about Tram 83, the book that eventually won Fistin Waza Mujila the 2015 Etisalat Prize for Literature, the third edition of the literary prize that has become an important benchmark for new African writers. So what exactly is this prize all about for Etisalat?
For Etisalat, we believe that art in itself is the biggest form of communication, and we're very particular about promoting arts and culture, which is why we developed the Etisalat Prize for Literature as a platform for supporting the arts and promoting reading culture within Nigeria and across the continent.
Basically, it's a platform that we use to sort of celebrate young and upcoming writers. First ever Pan-African Prize for Literature prize that celebrates budding writers, basically new writers of fiction, first-time writers of fiction.
There is a fact that, buying books are quite expensive, the publishing industry is not as lucrative, writers are not encouraged, and we thought that since we're very strong on innovation, which we do, it's also important for us to promote the traditional elements of art that would, live now and be on forever.
Fistin Mujila is the third of three winners the Etisalat Prize for Literature has produced, and the past winners have been impacted, perhaps, in more ways than they anticipated.
We've had three winners so far. We had No Violence Bulawayo in 2013. We had Songezui Malango from South Africa in 2014. And we had Fiston Mwanza Mujila from DRC in 2015. No Violence had a very popular book called We Need New Names. The book is accepted worldwide and she's been awarded a lot of prizes after then. She's been on the board of Writivism, which is a group that supports literature across the continent. Fiston is incredibly expanding his scope across the world. After I was awarded the prize, he's been granted publishing deals across the world. His book is going to be translated into various languages, into German. He's starting a tour for the German version of his book. So his book has been signed to be translated into about 6 languages between now and this time next year. So it's been amazing.
One of the things we also do is we send them to the University of East Anglia for an Etisalat fellowship. The fellowship basically is to harness their writing skills and get them, to learn about African writing and sort of help them build, their writing prowess. And so far, it's worked for them. Songizwe just came back early this year. Fistin is going in December. And it sort of projects them into the writing world and gives them, a broader view of African literature.
The Etisalat Prize for Literature has become a prize every new writer in Africa must look to explore.
The Etisalat Prize for Literature is being positioned as the foremost, literary prize across the continent. And after 3 successful years, we are more than anything, if more than anything, energized and fully committed to sponsoring and supporting writing across the continent. So there is a perception that, brands are not totally interested in things like this. We are foremost supporters of the arts, and we're committed to giving that support to the writers, to the publishing industry, and to ensure that everybody in Africa has an opportunity to read, to write, and has the platform to support them.
It's the first ever Pan-African. It's for Africans. If you're an African, this is the platform where you should be on. We promote young budding writers. We give them that platform to sort of showcase their skills, and the fellowship is just second to none. Plus, there's the grand prize, the winning prize, which is £15,000, which they also get to help them in, progressing their career.
Etisalat is calling for entries for the Etisalat Prize for Literature. It's up for grabs, but what does it take to participate?
You have to submit your entries via your publisher, and your book has to have been, published a year before the competition.
Our website is prize.etisalat.com.ng. There we have more details about what the publishing houses need to meet to support the book to enter for the prize. Yeah.
On a continent that is obviously full of literary talents, but in desperate need of appropriate literary platforms for expression, the emergence of the Etisalat Prize for Literature is good news. So African writers and publishers of new titles, do not miss this train. It's time for the Etisalat Prize for Literature 2016.
Thank you for watching today's episode. As always, please feel free to leave us any messages on our social media platforms displayed on your screen. I am Olakunle Kasumo. Remember, one great book can change your life. Bye-bye.